Hotepu, my androgynous heterosexual gatekeepers and our allies. This is your royal disciple, Heru Bomani Asar, and today I'm coming to you with the moral and metaphysical meaning of the 42 ideas of Ma'at. Okay, so before we get into the metaphysical and global meaning of the 42 laws of Ma'at, let me first read to you all 42 of the laws, and then I'm going to give you the moral meaning of mainly all 42 of the laws. And then we're going to go into the metaphysical and global meaning of the 42 laws of Ma'at. And then I have a special announcement to make. All right, so let us begin. Law 1, I honor virtue. Law 2, I benefit with gratitude. Law 3, I am peaceful. Law 4, I respect property of others. Law 5, I affirm that all life is sacred. Law 6, I give offerings that are genuine. Law number 7, I live in truth. Law number 8, I regard all altars with respect. Law 9, I speak with sincerity. Law 10, I consume only my fair share. Law 11, I offer words of good intent. Law 12, I relate in peace. Law 13, I honor animals with reverence. Law 14, I can be trusted. Law 15, I care for the earth. Law 16, I keep my own counsel. That's Law 16. Law 17, I speak positively of others. Law 18, I remain in balance with my conscience. Law 19, I am trustful in my Law 19, I am trustful in my relationships. Law 20, I hold purity in high esteem. Law 21, I spread joy. Law 22, I do the best I can. Law 23, I communicate with compassion. Law 24, I listen to opposing opinions. Law 25, I create harmony. Law 26, I invoke laughter. Law 27, I am open to love in various forms. Law 28, I am forgiving. Law 29, I am kind. Law 30, I act respectfully of others. Law 31, I am accepting. Law 32, I follow my inner guidance. Law 33, I converse with awareness. Law 34, I do good. Law 35, I give from the heart. Law 36, I keep waters pure. Law 37, I speak with good intent. Law 38, I praise the Most Highs. We'll explain that one in a minute. Law 39, I am humble. Law 40, I achieve with integrity. Law 41, I advance through my own abilities. And last but not least, Law 42 is I embrace the all. Okay, so we did that within a short amount of time, which is 5 minutes. Okay, so let's go into I honor virtue, which is Law 1. Give me a second. All right. So when we talk about honoring virtue, that means you respect and consider people that carry themselves in good high standards. Meaning that if someone is encouraging you to drink or smoke and you say no, I'd rather not do that because that makes my body impure. And they end up respecting, and the other person that offers it ends up respecting it. That's a sign of them honoring or respecting, because honor is the same as to respect. It shows that they are respecting your good virtue. Okay? I benefit with gratitude. One more second. Okay, so law number 2, I benefit with gratitude. Gratitude is it's when after you do something for someone, you return the favor by showing an act of kindness. Okay? Or simply being thankful for what that person has done in or out your life, but mostly in your life, because you want to be considerate of the people that care for you when they're in your life. Okay? Law number 3, I am peaceful. Okay, so before I get into the third law, I wanted to say that the reason why I kept cutting the camera off and doing it in short sections is because I wanted to make sure I knew the definition of some of the words before I continue teaching. So that's my reason. All right. So back to law number 3. Law number 3, I am peaceful. To 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 be peaceful is to show to be peaceful is to show people how to live a life of tranquility. When it comes down to fights and quarrels, you can be the peacemaker in a situation and say, hey guys, before you knock each other out or before you continue arguing your next statement, why don't I give you guys a solution? And once you give that solution, and and they see that the idea is fair, they they're going to end up agreeing on it. So that's part of that would be part of your role of being peaceful. So that's law number 3. Okay? Law number 4, I respect the property of others. Now, in the Christian Bible, in one of the 10 commandments, it says that thou shalt not covet one's property, right? So it's similar to what it says in the Christian biblical text. If you can't covet one's property, you have to respect it. Their property is their property, and your property is your property. And no one can use the inventory in your property without your consent. If not, then they can't do that. All right. So the next one is, I affirm that all life is sacred. Now, in that law, we know that everything in life has its place and its space. Every every everything in life is not meant to be beneficial to everyone. Okay? Um, rivers has its place. Lakes has its place. Streams have their place. If if you use up all the water, how will the fish and the animals survive? Right? So when you say that you affirm something, it means that you're speaking into existence that life should be important. Okay? Number 6, I give offerings that are genuine. So when you offer someone something, you have to do it with sincerity, out of the kindness of your heart, and not be an Indian giver. Um, there's a story that when I was a young boy, I was told that when the Indians gave you a gift, they they would give it to you, let you keep it for a day, and then they would want that same gift back. Okay? We are people of Eastern Kamau. When we give, we give with a genuine heart. Genuine meaning that it was real. It was authentic. It came from a place of honesty and sincerity. Okay? I live in truth is number 7. Now, to to live in truth means to li- live within the morality and the words of the way you live spiritually. So for me, I live my and the 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 meduneta. Okay, so when I speak when I speak truth, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I may use scripture. The Another way to define this could be um, another way to define this could be that you live in honesty, in sincerity, meaning meaning that you really mean it, and when you mean it, you are pour, pouring out your heart, a place of honesty, genuineness, love, because not only are you being true to yourself, you're being true to the other person. All right. Number 10, I consume only my fair share. Let's see, trying to figure out an explanation for that. Um, when you consume your fair share, you only consume more of what you know you may need and less of what you think or you know that you may want. Because when you consume more of what you want or what you may think you want, it it clouds up your space. And mentally, when it comes to knowledge, it clouds your discernment. All right. I offer words of good intent. So when we when we when we give people advice, you want to make sure that you give them advice from a sincere place at heart. Okay, be 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 truthful, not just in your speaking, but in your heart, meaning your actions. All right. I relate in peace. Let let let's say two people are having a, a discussion or a debate about something, and excuse me, they could be having trouble trying to agree on the thing that they are having a debate or a discussion about. So before you say the thing that may make the other person feel uh, deeply and negatively emotional about the thing that they feel very strongly about in their mind, why not try relating to them in a peaceful manner so that they don't feel emotionally attacked or um feel like you're threatening um what they consider to be truth or what they believe. Okay? So when you're having a debate or conversation with someone, it's best for you not to argue, get angry, and get upset. You you always have to think from a higher perspective. Our ancestors were very psychic and intuitive people. So in any quarrel, it's always best to relate to people or a person's. It's always good to relate to them in peace. Okay? Number 13, I honor animals with reverence. Reverence is simply divine respect. Okay? If you if you see an animal that's hurt, you don't bring danger to yourself by killing the animal. You either re- report the abuse, and if you have a lot of knowledge on that animal, you do what you can to rescue, heal, or save that animal from its trouble. Okay? Number 14, I can be trusted. Give me a minute. Okay, so we were at number 14. I can be trusted. Now, trust is basically putting your belief, i.e., faith, in a person. And it's also showing your loyalty to that person, a group of people, or a collective group of people that established and organized an organization. So when we join things like groups and clubs, or you can even have a friend or a girlfriend or a boyfriend, um, you want to be sure that in any relationship, whether it be a business relationship, um, romance a I'll call it a African love relationship, i.e., black. Any relationship, you want to be sure that the person or the people you're dealing with, it's important for them to know that whatever they want, need, or ask you to do, they they want to know that with with your with your sincere heart that you could be trusted. Because trust is like a pearl. If you crush a person's trust, they won't be able to trust you anymore. Number 15, I care for the earth. Now, most people don't do this, although they should. To to care for the earth, it means to um it means to take care of the take care of the trees in your home. If they have weeds, take the weeds out. You use fertilizer to make them shrink, so 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 that so that the plants could be healthy and strong. Okay. When it comes down to our water supply, you have the right to check people for polluting our water, to check and see that they're not throwing anything in the water, plastic bottles. What else? Um, Defecating in public water, urinating in there. Okay, I think we all, as humans, are guilty of that. So, uh, just know that we shouldn't do that, because we humans are made of water, and when we pollute the water that is outside of our environment, we we damage the bodily water, the or I should say the human water that exists within us. As it is outside, so it is inside. As above, so below. As it is inside, so it is outside. Okay? Every everything may look separate from the outside, because it is designed to make you believe that everything is divided. But no, we are one, and I'll get to that in a little bit. Number 16, I keep my own counsel. Okay. So when you give advice, it's important to use your own advice. And if you're going to use somebody else's advice to help another person, it's important to switch up the wording so that um okay, I'm sorry about that. My brother was bringing my supper. Okay, I'm going to do this really quick. Okay, so we were talking about keeping my own counsel. It's important that when you give advice, or when you use somebody else's advice that was given to you, it's important that you don't say the exact same thing that the other person said to you. Switch up the advice, switch up the words that was said to you, so people could have a better perception of what you're trying to get them to see. Okay? And when it comes to you being spiritual, it's best that you speak from your own divine consciousness and not somebody else's consciousness, because the spiritual messages that the other person may give you not be the messages that you need to hear. Okay? So that's why they tell us keep your own counsel. Okay. I speak positively of others. When you're out here in the world and in the streets and you've known a person for a very long time, it is important for you to speak highly of them. For mathematically, we know that a positive plus another positive equals another positive. Okay? I'll always speak positively of others, because when you do this, the person that spoke about you, their friend might admire you for what you do, because your friend, whether it be your mother, sister, cousin, that person spoke highly of you. Okay? I remain in balance with my emotions. I forgot to read that when I first started this lecture. To remain in balance with your emotions is to always keep yourself positive, not allowing others to have you attract negative emotions such as anger, sadness, depression, rage. Okay? Keep yourself balanced. If you're annoyed by something, or you don't feel like dealing with conflict with that person, the best thing for you to do would to just ignore them, or just tell them you don't feel like being bothered and you're not in the mood to talk right now. Okay? Don't let anybody get in the way of how you feel, or don't let anybody tell you nor convince you that how you're feeling is wrong, because they're not you. They don't have your psychology. Okay? We are all psychological. It doesn't mean that we have to be psychologists. All right? Number 19. I'm trustful in my relationships. Now, this goes back to, what was that? I'm trying to find. This goes back to number 14, where it says, I can be trusted. Okay? Now, I just explained to you what it meant to be trustful in your relationships. The people that you experience and that come into your physical environment need to know that when you build love or friendly unions with them, they need to know that you can be trusted. Trust and commitment to a friendship or relationship, even if it's a financial relationship, when it comes to currency, because currency isn't just about money, it's also about energy too. And I'm going to be talking about that in a very near future video. So be on the lookout for that. But currency deals with energy too. You know what I mean? And you get what I'm saying? And you want to be sure that that person in a whether it be a love union, friendly union, and a financial union, can trust you. And trust is what? It's when a person puts their faith in you. So if they have their faith in you, it's also important that whether friend or lover, it's always to be sure to don't just do good by them, but do right by them also. Do what you know would make them feel good and what makes them feel right when you're in their presence. Okay? Number 20, I hold purity in high esteem. You when you're living a righteous life, it is important that you always keep your friendships, your family life, your love life clean and pure. No one likes to be involved in a toxic relationship. It's not good. Okay? 21, I spread joy. When you spread joy, and joy is nothing but expressing extreme happiness to its highest frequency. Okay, to its highest energy. Energy is frequency, and frequency is the is the the energy that is attached to that object. But anyway, you should get what I'm trying to say. Okay? So when you see someone sad, even angry, say something that will give them a lot of joy, okay? Number 22, I do the best I can. In life, we all go through hardships. In Latin, there's a saying, ad para ad astra. Through hardships, to hardships through the stars. So when you struggle in life, know that it is always good to look upon the higher realms of the heavens and ask your higher selves to help pull you out of that difficulty or help climb yourself out of a situation. So when that other person that gave you a difficult task sees you making it, just know you're doing the best you can. Even if your boss at work is giving you a hard time, okay? Number 23, I communicate with compassion. Give me a second. Compassion is having empathy for the misfortunes and sufferings of others. So, when someone is having an emotional problem, it is important that you speak with good intent and have compassion for the person that's hurting, or for the person that's struggling with something in their life. Okay? Because you never know. That person may want to take his or her own life. So it is important that when we communicate with each other as African people, black people in America and around the world, that we speak with compassion, because we are compassionate, and to be compassionate in a more logical and rational sense is to be loving. To have compassion is to show love, logically speaking. I listen to opposing opinions. Number 24. Now, an opposing opinion is basically when you're having a discussion or a debate and someone says opposite of what you think. It's important to keep your personal feelings out of it. Okay? This is why the generation says, "Oh, when that person's mad, he's in his feelings." Well, it's important for you as the spiritual person to keep your personal feelings out of it. Don't take what they're saying personal, because you have to have the mind to know that, hey, what they're saying isn't true. So let me figure out a way to combat them by giving them another perspective and perception on what they feel so strongly about. Okay? So when someone speaks opposite of what you know, or what you may think opinionated wise, or what you believe faith based wise, don't get upset or angry, and don't speak in anger. Just respect their opinion and leave it alone. Don't keep talking about it. All right. I create harmony. When you create harmony, you do things out of happiness. When 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 life at work is boring, and I wouldn't recommend this for everybody because it depends on where you work. But if life at your job is boring, turn on some music. Make people dance so that work can get done faster. Okay? Create harmony. When you see two people or a group of people fighting, intervene by giving solutions. Okay? I invoke laughter. I'm going as fast as I can so I can go eat. Okay? I'm sorry for rushing, family. I invoke laughter. Um, I want your your future your your future king, because I don't like using the word pharaoh. That's a Greek. That's a Greco-Roman interpretation of king. All right. But your your king, your Nesu, is very good at making people laugh. That is one of my divine gifts. So when I see people sad, even angry, I invoke laughter. I tell them a joke. Okay? Or It doesn't always have to be a joke. You could tell them a funny story, and they'll end up laughing. And if you, as the future king, prince, princess, future queen, may feel down, ask them to give you something to laugh about so they don't have to think about it. Okay? Number 27. I'm open to love in various forms. Now, it's a good thing I'm talking about this subject in particular because a lot of us black people, let's be honest. Excuse me. Oh, never mind. There it is. A lot of black people are very conditional. They say they're unconditional, but when you truly become unconditional, that means you have to let go of certain moral beliefs in exchange for new moral beliefs. Love is not meant to be held captive forever. When when if you're in a relationship and someone says that they want to let go of you, let let them go. Or if you're in a relationship where you have a partner and you say, "Sweetheart, baby, I think we should see other people. We can still be together, but why not bring other people into our lives so that we can both be fulfilled." And this comes with communication, understanding, acceptance, and agreement. Okay? So when you open yourself to many forms of physical and spiritual love, you are a true divine being. You know, I'm a I'm a straight Eastern heterosexual, and I'm open to some forms of love. Now, am I down with same gender love? No, but however, I shall respect because those who are same gender, well, that's your nature, and that should be respected, honored, and cherished as a person who firmly believes in black inclusion. Okay, next one. I'm forgiving. I have to do this quickly. When you show uh when you show forgiveness, when you are forgiving, people will forgive you. But first, before a person can forgive you, you have to learn to forgive yourself first. And you have to tell yourself that that thing that you did or what you have done, you have to be sure that you won't do it again. Okay? And another thing, don't bring up the past when being forgiving. That will ruin all of your relationships. Never ever bring up the past. I'm respectful of others. Now, in short, if you're in a environment where people do certain things, don't come in their environment and try to take over what they do. It's their environment. Their rules and regulations. Excuse me. Their place of being and and rules and regulations when you enter into another person's environment should be respected. And people individually and as a unit should be respected too. When you when you when you when you respect yourself, you know how to respect others. And when others respect you, you are appreciated more. I know I'm not explaining this very well, but I'm just trying to hurry up so that I can eat. Uh I am accepting. When you are accepting of things, you don't judge or criticize. Okay? There's no there's no need to do that. Not if you're spiritual. Uh I follow my inner guidance. To follow your inner guidance is to follow the knowledge and wisdom of what your higher self gives you, and not the knowledge of and not the knowledge and wisdom of what somebody else thinks you need to know and what they tell you and what you should believe. Okay? It was Christian mystic philosopher Emanuel Swedenborg, and I'm gonna teach from some of his books in my lecture coming in the near future. It was through him that he said that when you dominate a person by religion, not only are you dominating their spiritual life, but you are dominating their soul. You have no moral or divine right to force a person to believe what you believe. That is spiritual enslavement. Okay? Follow your own inner guidance. I converse with awareness. Conversate by using higher point of views in life. So when you see someone struggling mentally, give them positive thoughts and attitudes. That way they themselves can get through the hardships of life. When you when you when you do what is good, you do what comes from your heart as an individual. Okay, number 34. The last one I read was number 33, okay? I give from the heart. When you when you when you when you give from your heart, you give with honesty and sincerity. Okay? And vice versa. When when one person gives you something out of the kindness of their heart and sincerity, you get blessings in return. 10 times forward, my mind of Asar says. I keep waters pure. All right. You you wanna you you want you want to be sure that your physical environment that contains water stays pure, so that not only can you drink it, but others can too. Okay. My aunt is about keeping her temple clean, pure, fresh, so that people can enjoy heaven on earth. My aunt is heaven on earth. Okay, and I'm glad I said that because I need to know that for myself. My aunt is heaven on earth. Our pep is hell on earth. All right. I speak with good intent. When you speak with honesty and not lies and foolishness. Okay. Speak from the heart. Don't just say it. Say it like you mean it. All right. That's what that means. All right. I praise the Most High. Okay. What I want you to know is this: spiritually, when you praise the Most High or highest, meaning masculine and feminine, you are also giving divine honor to yourself. You are their energy and they are your energy. And instead of perceiving things as being demonic or evil, let them know that you want to be one with the divine, so that the divine could be one with you in spirit, truth, in knowledge, wisdom, and most of all, which is the most important thing, and that's in love. All right? I am humble. Give me a second.
Okay, so the 39th law is I am humble. So I'll tell you a short story. So I remember when I was a little boy, one day, my family and I were going out somewhere. And it was raining. So my mother told me to get an umbrella for us, but I was like, you know what? No, I don't want an umbrella. I'd rather take my hat. And she told me what would happen if I took my hat out the house. Not that I couldn't have hats, but I wasn't allowed to wear it for that moment. And so I made my aunt take the hat back upstairs to my room, and I went outside in the rain with the umbrella above my head, of course. So I was like, instead of me taking my hat, I'll just use the umbrella. And she said, wow, Devin, that was modest, because She felt my